Hi, everybody. Welcome, Lynn. Today, in Line by Line, we are analyzing Cradled in Love by Poets of the Fall. Lynn, why did you pick that song?
Well, because it reminds me of love. And I would hope the transmission of love and people would feel loved when hearing it. Or I certainly do when I listen to the song. I feel like loved. And so that would be my hope for anyone listening to it. So that's why I chose it, so that you would feel loved and anyone who watches this would feel loved.
Thank you. I actually muted it. It's always like a prophecy, each song that people bring in. Thank you for that one. That means a lot. Okay, you had the blue note sapphire eyes to back up all those gazes, to pierce my guard and to take my soul off to faraway places. Told me, I will never be alone, because you're right there.
We took a gamble with this love, like sailing to the storm with the waves rushing over to take us. We were battling against the tide. You were my beacon of salvation, and I was your starlight. So don't cry for your love. Cry tears of joy, because you're alive, cradled in love.
I kept the love you gave me alive, and now I carry it with me. I know it's just a teardrop from Mother Earth, but in it I can hear a dolphin sing, telling me I will never be alone. I know you are right there.
So, with the fire still burning bright, wanna gaze into your light. I could see my fortune there, you know, how flames can hypnotize. Do I even dare to speak out your name? For fear it sounds like I'm thinking it sounds like a love lullaby in that song when he sings it. I don't think, even though the lyrics say lover, I'm thinking it sounds like a lullaby. So I'm editing the lyrics.
Yeah, I will make sure to put it in there in the
Well,
description.
it's my edit. It doesn't sound like a lover. It sounds like a lullaby. So because love is, but maybe it is sounds like a lover. Anyway, so okay, that's.
I mean,
I guess we should
yeah.
start from the scratch again. Yes.
Yay! Here we go. Back to
Okay.
the So we will do it stanza by stanza. Lynn, you had the blue note sapphire eyes to back up all those gazes, to pierce my guard and to take my soul off to faraway places. Told me I will never be alone, because you're right there. Wow, that brings up a lot for me, but go first.
Oh, me go first?
Yeah, you go first.
Okay. All right. You had the blue note sapphire eyes to back up all those gazes, to pierce my guard, and to take away my soul. So to take my soul. Looking in somebody's eyes, it's like looking for the beauty within them. And when you gaze in somebody, you look at them, there's something alive that is within all of us that you can see. How do you back up all those gazes? What do you think?
This means when she looks with blue eyes, they're so beautiful that she has a backup of beauty. That's the thing. Like that's like it's a poetry thing.
Ah.
Like the power of her eyes, the power of beauty that her eyes have, they back up the gaze. Like if somebody with really ugly eyes would look at him, he would be like, ah, don't look at me, don't give me those gazes. But because the eyes are beautiful, she has a backup somehow. That's what I think. Yeah. And pierce my guard and to take my soul. Yeah, like you said, looking into somebody's eyes is like looking into the soul of a person. But I think her eyes are so beautiful that she can actually touch his soul and make it travel to different places.
Yeah.
Places.
There is a taboo sometimes in our culture about staring, you know. But I don't know. I mean, it's like the snake eyes is the symbolic for, you know, with a snake staring at you and you get all hypnotized. I was thinking about that as well, but this would be in a good way rather than a bad way, I would think, because there's like a transmission of love within the soul versus the positiveness and the beauty of it.
Yeah. Told me I will never be alone because you are right there. Like, did she tell it to him with her eyes? I don't know.
I don't know.
But I think it's the combination of looking straight deep into somebody's eyes and giving a promise. It's the power of the moment, I think. You know, that sometimes we get lost in a moment so much that future exists within the context of this moment somehow. That's why words like never, forever, they come up.
Yeah. The next line. We took a gamble with this love. Like sailing to the storm. I would say like sailing through the storm with the waves rushing over to take us. I think about how loneliness really is a very sad thing in our culture, and often there's a grasping for having other people to interact with, and but then there's that awkwardness of not knowing how to interact or what to talk about. And so when you're going through the storm, it's like going through rough waters together because you don't know where you start and the other person ends when you're trying to figure out the love. What do you think?
Yeah.
Loneliness
is definitely. Oh yeah, we live for projections. Yeah, we get those experience so that we can later on project on stuff. Yeah. Loneliness is definitely a horrible thing. And I actually like the idea of sailing towards the storm somehow, because gamble with this love, like they probably didn't fit each other, as I've seen in the video, like they were like not very compatible two individuals somehow. But they still took a gamble with that, and they run towards the inevitable storm that will explode sooner or later, or start. And I think that's pretty strong. It's like inevitability of the storm somehow. With the waves rushing over to take us, we were battling against the tide. You were my beacon of salvation. I was your starlight. Like, that's interesting because he's a singer, so he's a starlight, but she's a beacon of salvation. So she's somebody he takes comfort in. Like she would kind of give him that sense of normality, maybe. I think.
She's the muse. The muse.
Oh, yeah.
M-U-S-E, muse. Yes. Muse.
Muse. Sorry.
I don't know how you would say it with your accent. Muse.
With my accent, I was like, muse.
Muse.
I will go fancy.
Yeah.
Muse. So I was thinking to ask you about this part. We were battling against the tide and the waves rushing over to take us. So they are sailing towards the storm, and the waves are starting, the storm kind of starting, but they're finding salvation in each other. So yeah. I wanted to ask you, what do you think about that?
I think about destiny.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it was destined to fail.
Oh.
The storm, the failure is, it's like a destined to not work out. Or maybe a promise, maybe the opposite of that. I don't know.
Like, can you imagine two absolutely unlikely people falling in love? And the storm is definitely coming and the tides are starting and rushing over. But like, what is the destiny though? Is the destiny of them falling in love or the destiny that it will be gone? Which one is more destiny, or both of them are destiny? The fact that they fell in love, or the fact that it's inevitable doom?
Oh goodness. Well, maybe I need to change it to a positive. It's a storm, so it's all going to blow over and go away. Oh, how's that? Oh, but then there you go. So they're battling against it this moment, but in the next, they're supported because they're supporting each other through the difficult times. So
that's beautiful then.
Okay, where am I? Okay, just a second. Okay.
So you like it, so don't cry.
So don't cry for your love. Cry tears of joy. Because you're alive. Alive. This life that we have. Cradled in love. Ah, I just love that. It's like, it's just so beautiful because there's something sacred about being alive and experiencing life. And there's so much beauty in it. And if you get into the right relationship with living life, it's like the earth and Mother supports you, or Mother Earth, or it's like you're supported by love. And so that's this makes me funny. I've listened to the song and just bawled before because it's just so it's just so beautiful.
Yeah. You know, I swam away into the ideas of life and love, and being cradled in love and feeling joy. So it's all in this sentence: love, joy, alive, and love. How he writes. It's a good advice. Don't cry for love. It's very deep. Next line. I kept the love you gave me alive, and now I carry it with me. I know it's just a teardrop from Mother Earth, but in it I can hear a dolphin sing, telling me I will never be alone. I know you're right there.
Something about friendships, you know, having friends to support you and care either way, no matter what, you know, through the good and the bad and the struggles and the storm. There's experiences that cannot be taken away, and feelings that last, and things that are so deep that can't be said. You know, it's like, and that place comes with you. It follows you your whole life. So there's, you know, there's something about the beauty that is always there and follows you, and especially when you see somebody's soul deeply, even if, you know, they end up together or not together. They're any couples or anything. It doesn't matter, because the experience was worth it. It was worth the experience was worth the
struggle.
Yeah.
I like the line, it's a teardrop from Mother Earth, but I can hear a dolphin sing. I think he says here that the love that she gave him is actually, even though it seems like a teardrop, it's so vast, like an ocean within him. So it has even dolphins in it, and it keeps him going somehow. I know you're right there. So he has her inside somehow, and it's interesting that the love is associated with ocean in here.
So with the fire still burning bright, want to gaze into your light. I could see my fortune there. So there's a fire burning, and, well, in order to keep a fire burning, you have to give it, well, it needs oxygen, and it needs attention. It needs, you know, you have to add wood, and you have to manage it. You have to stoke it. You have to, when you make a fire from scratch, you know, it'll burn out if it doesn't get the attention it needs, or the fuel it needs. And so I see that, like, he's stoking the fire with excess fuel, and he wants to gaze into your light. So he wants, oh, so that would be the person, or I don't know. He's putting all of his intention in that person just because he loves the experience of it.
I like to add here the second half of the stanza, when he says, if I could see my fortune there, meaning in her light, you know how flames can hypnotize. Do I even dare to speak out your name for fear? It sounds like a lullaby.
or the lover.
Yes, it sounds like a lover. The thing is, the love is unnamed, and he is afraid to say her name because then they will name it, and it will be lovers. And that's why I actually think it's a beginning of a relationship somehow. Like they went through a first fight, but that's why. But the fire is still burning bright, and he needs to fuel it up by looking in her eyes, because her flames, like her passion, can hypnotize him. Somehow, it's beautifully poetic. But I do think he's scared to pronounce her name, or to say to name actually what they have, which is a lullaby, which puts people to sleep.
Yeah, the lullaby. Yeah, I don't know.
It's a beautiful song. But what do you think, like generally?
Oh, there was something I learned. It's called the rake.
Oh.
And it's a type of person, a man, who captures a woman's love and then he uses her and he throws her away. They're called her. And so apparently these type of men, they're a type of men that are never faithful. They just, they capture your heart and then they go away. Versus, so I guess finding the line between what is illusion and what is real, or the authenticity, perhaps. I don't know if that's a good word, but the authenticity of a person versus taking what they want and throwing you away, you know? Capturing your love and then not respecting it.
Do you think people are responsible for others loving them? Isn't love happens like somehow subconsciously? I think maybe those type of people, they kind of leave and lose interest after getting somebody, after kind of receiving it. So they're charming and stuff like that. People who hunt for love, why would they do that? Is it like eternal hunger, loneliness?
Oh, there's a Thich Nhat Hanh. He recently passed a couple months ago as well. But he talked about hungry ghosts. So there's this ghosts inside a soul of a person, and they're hungry. and they're like insatiably, like a little, I don't know, never ending pit, I guess, or never ending, or insatiable. So there's that. It's like a spiritual concept. But it just seems like if you fall in love with one of these people, that you're destined to be hurt at the in the end. But then again, but then I would think that there's a place where you can enter beauty and find peace within it, you know, not that battle or that insatiable hunger.
What if two of those meet? It's like an entertaining concept. Imagine two people with those hunger and they meet each other by some wish of a destiny. They fall for each other and like they go through storm together. The spiraling of emotions, it goes like extremely quick. It gets out of control and stuff. Like they feed each other somehow. Do you think they're burning out faster just, or can it go on indefinitely?
Well, I mean, this song, if it's like the sun, even the sun is going to burn out eventually. So how much can love even sustain our sun? I mean, there is an ending to everything. Our own ending, the sun's ending. So I suppose the brightest stars burn out the fastest.
It's interesting how he said he was the star and she was the beacon of hope, beacon of salvation. Interesting. Lynn, did you get anything new from that analysis we just had?
You know, the first time I thought about it, I thought about if I would have had a daughter, and even my stepdaughter, so it would be my boyfriend's daughter. You know, there's something about raising children and cradling them and loving them and kissing their wounds, you know, when they fall off their bikes, and taking care of them and making sure they're safe and protected. And, you know, as a mother, that's what you want to do. So that seems more sustaining than the rake, that dude person. Or it could be a woman. The rake person, whatever that is. R-A-K-E. I don't know, but so I guess the answer is no. I'm not responsible for somebody falling in love with me. Or what is it you said? Are you responsible for somebody falling in love with you? That was the question you asked me.
Yeah.
And so the answer is no. That's my answer.
Well, I'm totally tagging the rakes. Hashtag rakes, all of you out there. I hope you all will get enough love to satisfy all your hunger inside. And yeah, For me, that song was on so many levels resonating, especially the combination of water and fire, dolphin singing, not to cry, but feel in love at the same time, somehow enjoying the feeling. It's like don't cry for your love, right? Like he was such a pain in the ass that he made her cry, and he's like, enjoy it, tada, you're alive and you're all in love. So take pleasure in it. Yeah. So
There's something to be said about enjoying life and enjoying love and participating in life with the people around you. There's something to be said about that versus constantly being around people that make you cry. Ah, that's guilt. Ooh, that's a mom guilt. Whoa.
Yeah, I would not constantly want to be around people who make me cry. Like I think if people make me cry, I should stop hanging around them somehow. Like the first time I cry, it's not worth it. And here he says like, well, it's totally worth it. You're crying because you're cradled in love. But I'm projecting again, like totally projecting here. Like, oh, that had been a ride. Lynn, thank you so much for giving me that song, showing it to me. It's beautiful.
I hope whoever listens to it feels loved in their heart.
Yes. Please, people, feel loved in your heart.
Feel our love to you.
Yes.
On line by line.
We give you love here.
Yes.
On line by line.
Yes.
Oh yeah. The podcast has been sponsored by Free Time, mine and Lynn's. And thank you, viewers, for having free time to watch us. Well, please subscribe to Lynn's YouTube channel, follow her on Facebook. I will provide the links below.
I'm an accidental mystic. It's the accidental mystic. I only have like 10 people follow me. So please follow my page. So maybe I can have 11.
Thank you so much, Lynn. Bye. I can hear it.
I know. Such a deep song. You have to have some light laughter.
You have to have like that song is so deep. It's like that song was so deep and like completely bored everybody else. Aligns nicely with where it was like I can hear a dolphin sing. Like, I can hear a dolphin sing. How did this like, telling me I will never be alone, and now and I know you're right there.
He's right there.
Literally. By the way, guys, if you wonder what sound was it, it was a dolphin singing, telling me he's right there.
There was a dolphin right there.
This meeting is being recorded.
Damn it. Jesus.
Got it, lady. I got it.
Oh, God. I'm not leaving it in. You have to give me some pointers later.